Before I get started, I just want to take a brief moment to just thank everyone that's here in the room and also thank my mom and my brother who are also here today. The two of you have truly been my emotional support and mental backbone throughout this journey, and I'm forever grateful. And thank you to all of my professors. I'm not the easiest student to work with, I can admit, but I'm grateful to each of you for continuing to inspire my creativity and really challenging me to get messy with my writing and to use my writing as a tool to express my most authentic parts of me. And of course, thank you to my tribe of classmates. I literally would not have made it if it weren't for each of you contributing in your own special ways to both my mental sanity and my writing clarity. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Okay, sappy part's done. My name's Anwulika, and the title of my thesis is Culture of Self, Contemporary Symbols and Identities of Self-Care. I am a creative strategist by day and an aspiring published writer by night. And because of my work, I spend most of my time investigating and researching trends in consumer behavior, analyzing human needs and desires, and really working collaboratively with brands across industries to build strategies to not only meet their business needs, but also solve real human problems. Most of my career, I've been designing various human-centered experiences, whether that's a film festival for 50,000 people in Los Angeles, or a virtual interactive series that invites millions of fans from around the globe to enter the minds of their favorite artists. My goal is to always design experiences for people to intimately connect with each other and learn more about themselves. I truly do pride myself on being a model of possibility for people to relate. And so naturally, when I joined this program, I thought I'd continue to expand my research and learn more about this thing I've been doing for the last 10 years, experience design. But it didn't feel right. Further researching experiences wasn't aligned to my reality at the time. I wasn't planning the next big entertainment experience. Rather, I was struggling to keep peace of mind. Every day, it was something new overwhelming me, yet another casualty distracting me from simply being. Inevitably, I had to tap into strategies to take better care of me. I had to get intentional with designing my personal systems of self-care. I had to build a practice around preserving myself. And in doing so, my thesis really found me. I mean, have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? Westworld style, like you're stuck in a loop? Anybody? Nobody? Just me? Well, honestly, that sort of thinking really propelled the questions that initiated my research. First and foremost, what is self-care actually? What constitutes self-care in our contemporary society? What are the design technologies impacting my ability to care for me, impacting my identity? Is this self-care thing really all about me, or are you included too? Where does self and community care intersect? Is self-care a symbol of a generation that wants to take better care of itself? Or is it a revelation of how our society has failed to care for us? These questions were really the springboard for the people and the resources that illuminated my intellectual journey. Several prominent thinkers have pointed out how activism, race, and self-care are connected, including Audre Lorde. In her 1988 essay, A Burst of Light, she's famously quoted for stating, "Caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation. It is an act of political warfare." Other notable thinkers inspiring my research range from French philosopher and political activist Michael Foucault and his works on the construction of self and the development of technologies of self, evaluating a cultural shift from knowing yourself to taking care of yourself, to my own personal gurus, my yoga instructors, and ironically, the people I find myself practicing self-care with the most. With self-care being such a buzzword today and synonymous with manicure, spa days, luxury wellness, I was intrigued that my research revealed self-care's origins are rooted in claiming autonomy over the body as a political act against institutional, technocratic, extremely racist, and sexist patriarchal systems. The notion of self-care as an act of liberation, of bodily self-determination, coupled with my own self-care practice of yoga and meditation, laid the foundation for my research and ignited my desire to understand more about the objects and experiences designing our contemporary self-care movement. For my podcast project, Unseen Histories, I investigated the untold stories of designed objects we've created to improve our minds, bodies, and souls in an attempt to uncover how our culture of consumerism commodifies things and ultimately shifts an object's original identity, and in turn influences our own understanding of self. My object of focus was one that I'm most familiar with, and that's essential to my practice of self-care: my yoga mat. A lot of people think yoga is purely a physical practice, and that couldn't be further from the truth. To yoga is to unite, and with the goal of a physical yoga practice connecting your mind, body, breath, and spirit, establishing a holistic internal calmness. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. And the ultimate purpose of all yoga is liberation, liberation from external desires and aversions. However, in our capitalistic society, we've been conditioned to believe that we need things to optimize our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. I don't know about you, but to me, it feels like I'm constantly being sold a new object that symbolizes how we can better show up in society, how we can improve self-care. And the yoga mat is no different. My research and my conversations with various scholars highlighted how the yoga mat has been commodified and transformed from a basic utilitarian function to a luxury status symbol of wealth and optimal self-care. Our yoga mats, much like many other objects, have become extensions of how we know ourselves, how we decide to care for ourselves, and an opportunity to translate parts of our identity. Our mats have become symbols of self-care, not only commodifying what's inside the body, what's outside the body, but also now what's inside too. My brand of yoga mat definitely says something about me, and well, yours says something about you too. In the future, I don't plan to spend all of my time stretching out the unseen history of the yoga mat indefinitely, but rather I'm looking forward to further researching additional identities of self-care, particularly analyzing the design of the Black Lives Matter movement as a representation of the resurgence of self-care's origins in activism and a tool in the pursuit of liberation and Black joy. And of course, I want to spend more time writing. I want to get published and work on my own books. I've started drafting a practical guide to self-care titled Do You Boo, in which I share personal anecdotes and strategies to self-love, to conquering self-care, and to living in your truth, with chapter titles including He Ain't It Boo, Take Care of You Boo, Get That Body Tight Boo, and remember, it's not only about you boo. I also hope to begin having the strategic work that I do really reflect my values and focus on health and wellness. I firmly believe that taking care of yourself is both a mental and physical health practice that requires ongoing work, getting clear on your needs, keeping your gas tank off of E and filled up, liberates and positions us to go out and do the necessary work this crazy world requires of us. And I challenge each of you today to ask yourself before you buy your next yoga mat or wellness retreat, or before you sign up to organize a local rally, or before you simply advocate for your needs, ask yourself, who is this actually serving, me or we? Namaste. Thank you.